You ain't in the end zone, you in the red zone.
They're sending SHEDEUR up to fail.
We go!
Check it out. Yesterday it was announced that SHEDEUR Sanders will be the starter versus the Carolina Panthers Friday night. But people have a theory that they're really setting him up to fail. And this all started when Louis Riddick said this a couple days ago.
I'm afraid he's going to get on the field in preseason games without a lot of practice reps. And then they're going to ask him to perform these heroic tasks in order to prove that he's worthy of being a starter when he hasn't had enough reps to really get comfortable. That's the kind of battle he's dealing with right now. I know. I've seen it. Dom, you've seen it. We've been in these camps. We know how that goes.
Yeah.
You don't get enough reps. They play a whole half of a game, and then all of a sudden coaches are going, why are you making that mistake? Why aren't you making that check? Why are you doing that technique? Well, damn, coach, I never was in there in practice. You never even talked to me during practice. But now you expect me to know. That's what they're going to that's what they're going to expect of him. But if anyone can get it done, it's this kid because he's been trained the right way. But I'm telling you, he is ice skating uphill. He just is. And every time you hear this organization talk, you get that feel.
Now, after Louis Riddick said that, just yesterday it was announced that SHEDEUR Sanders will be the starter versus the Carolina Panthers, but people still was wondering, is this a legit shot or is some fishy going on? Well, today, Browns insider Mary Kay Cabot tweeted this out. Browns Kevin Stefanski said, by any large, we're going to rest our starters Friday night versus the Panthers. SHEDEUR will work with some 2s and 3s versus the Panthers starters.
Damn.
Now, you had the Louis Riddick clip with somebody who's very well respected in NFL. Now you have a Browns insider saying, look, SHEDEUR isn't even going to play in the game with the starters. He's going to be going against starters, but he's going to have 2s and 3s. And people are saying they are setting him up to fail every which way. You don't get to practice with the ones, you don't get to play with the ones, but we're going to throw you out there versus another team in their starters. What do you guys think about this? Do you think there's a conspiracy versus SHEDEUR Sanders? Or do you think this is the smart move by the Cleveland Browns to rest their starters the first preseason game? Let me know what you think in the comments.
Hello, people. Like I said, you are not in the end zone, you are in the red zone. And we are here today. First and foremost, if you not like, comment, and subscribe, please subscribe to this channel. We are a new channel. This will be straight football content. I do have a gaming channel. I do have a main channel. But this is where we do football talk, college football, and NFL football. Meaning to tell you that, let's get straight into today's episode, today's video. And we're going to talk about the SHEDEUR situation. First and foremost, I just want to say, as a Steeler fan, it sucks that one of my first videos are about the Browns. Let's just start right there. But it's a hot story, and I am a SHEDEUR fan, so we're going to speak on the situation with SHEDEUR. So right now, first and foremost, let's start from the jump. SHEDEUR got drafted very, very late. Later than what anybody expected. I don't care how you think of SHEDEUR. Anybody that knows a little bit of football knows that SHEDEUR should not have dropped that far. And the quarterbacks before him getting drafted were nowhere near skilled as him. But I'll speak a little bit on that. I knew going into the draft process, watching podcasts and just having my ear out on the football media, when I heard Deion on paper more than once saying,
will you step in and do some of that if it's the wrong organization and say he ain't going there?
Yeah, but I'm not going to do it publicly. I'll do it privately.
Couple teams that I won't allow him to play for. Whoa. This is my profession. I know what's behind the curtain. We ain't got to get back there for me to understand what's not prominent for my son. I'm not doing it. Ain't
and
no
if he
in the
doesn't
world.
listen to you?
Who?
I knew right then and there that may be a problem. Not only with Deion and his own stint in the NFL, they did not like him. They didn't like that his flashiness. They didn't like how he was cocky. They didn't like how he bounced from 2 sports, but they loved Michael Jordan for it, which is weird as hell in itself. But they didn't like when he wasn't only focused on football. He was playing in the MLB too, and he was just showboating. He would talk his talk and back it up with his actions. And you have some football fans that don't like that. They don't like the showboating. They like just class. And it's funny because when Baker Mayfield did it, oh, he's so passionate about the sport. He loves it's just more than a game to him. But Dion and SHEDEUR or whatever, when they do it, it comes off as cockiness. That's a problem in itself, and that's a whole nother story for another video. But the pre-draft process, I knew that was gonna happen with SHEDEUR. I knew something. I didn't know he was on. Don't get me wrong. I didn't know he was gonna drop that far. I knew that it was gonna be a problem when Dion was saying that though. Not only with the Eli situation that happened, everybody knows the Eli situation about the Chargers about to draft him and his dad refused, whatever. He held out and they made him trade him. I feel like NFL GMs at that moment never wanted a player in their family to get leverage like that again. And the fact that it's Deion Sanders that tried to do it, oh no. The fact that they ignore all his skill set, his statistics, the tape. Yeah, maybe he could have said better things in his interviews. But he's a college student, man. He doesn't have PR training yet. It's a lot of people. I could go down a list of dumb interviews that people said in their job process. For that to be a mark on him that bad to make him drop is bullshit, and I'm not buying it. But SHEDEUR does have an opportunity, and we're gonna speak on that today. First of all, past the draft process, whatever. It doesn't matter. They always say it doesn't matter when you go, or it doesn't matter where you go. It doesn't really matter where you go. The fact that he got drafted, he's in the league. Boom. He got his spot. He has a chance to show the NFL what the hell they missed out on. So he did get drafted anyway. So boom. Fast forward, now he's at Cleveland. Let me read something. So not only he stayed away from his normal flashiness the whole way through. I didn't see him do one post with the wrist. He was giving back to the Cleveland community. You could tell that process of the draft humbled SHEDEUR, bro. And for the better, I feel like it gave him a realization that like it don't matter what my last name is, who I am, and all that. I'm gonna have to put this work in. But my problem is he's putting in way more work than he actually should, bro. SHEDEUR in the training camp. I know training camp is training camp. Let's just tell you this. I never saw them track stats in training camp until SHEDEUR. That just shows the media around them. The NFL wants to eat off of that. They drop in training camp stats and all that. So SHEDEUR led the quarterbacks, and his rating, his completion rate was the highest in the quarterbacks. He did good. But yet I still saw articles saying he was QB4. But earlier today, I heard and I saw that SHEDEUR does have an opportunity, man.
We got game Friday night coming up. We'll rest some starters. Some players will play. Obviously holding out some guys due to injury, as you know. And then we'll play SHEDEUR at quarterback. We just signed.
Big opportunity. They did say preseason week 1 against the Panthers, SHEDEUR will be starting. So what does this mean for SHEDEUR? This means everything. And I hope he handles the pressure because I know he can feel it. Right now, SHEDEUR has a chance in this preseason. Yes, it's preseason, and it's probably going to be his haters that's going to minimize him if he balls out. It's preseason, Regardless of the fact, if SHEDEUR puts on a show in preseason at a point, it's going to not only make the coaches see, but the fans are going to want that man to start. And I'm hoping that's what happens. So right now, SHEDEUR does have a chance to regain all the leverage that he should have had coming into the league. With him playing great against Carolina, SHEDEUR could put the league on notice, his fans in Cleveland on notice, that he needs to be in that starting position or somewhat first to second string. So I feel like this game is real big for SHEDEUR. It's just a matter of time of what we see him do with it and how this shit goes. And like I said, man, I'm a Steelers fan. And it sucks to say it, bro. Like, I don't want Cleveland to do good against us by any means. But I want SHEDEUR to show them, me being in love with football, right is right in football. And I want him to show them that the way they doing him is wrong, bro. Like,
if you'd have told me obviously we picked him on Saturday, right? Friday night driving home, y'all are going to pick SHEDEUR. I would say that's not happening, but we had a conversation early that morning, and then we had a conversation later that day. I think we had the right people involved in the conversation. At the end of the day, that's Andrew Berry's call. Andrew made the call to pick SHEDEUR. Just like who's going to start or what play we're
They playing him cop like he is just a walk-on type of dude. Like, this dude is literally was the top talent in the draft that just came out, and they're playing him like he's just a scrub. So we gonna see what's going on. The game is August 8th, 7 p.m. Eastern time, and it's against Carolina. So they don't have the best defense. So it's a chance for him to really show everybody what he's about. This little quick rundown on next episode. Next episode, we will be doing our 2 early predictions. We are going to predict in the NFL all the people I have winning the division, and in college football, I will be saying my early predictions on the conference championship winners that I think as well. But outside of that, man, I hope y'all boys are good. Like I said, comment, like, subscribe, and let me just say this, y'all. This channel doesn't start and end with me. Yes, you are in the end zone, you're in the red zone. But one thing about it is I want my viewers to have a say. So I want y'all to comment any takes that y'all have on the actual video or just football in general. I want y'all to say any feedback, anything y'all want me to speak on, any situations, all that. I want this to be very good communication with me and the viewers, because you guys will make the content better. If the take is even if the take may be big enough that we could put it on the show and speak on it, and I will show y'all's at name or whatever the case is. Like I just said, man, I just want this to be an interactive, a real interactive channel through the viewership. You guys just speak on what do you think about the SHEDEUR situation in this video or in the next video, whatever I'm talking about. I want to hear what you guys think, and we're gonna speak on it. Or like I said, any outside takes of football or anything you want us to see me speak on in the future. This is just the start of this channel. The sky is the limit. There's no ceiling in this. We're gonna go as far as it takes us. I love football. I love to talk about football. Debate about it, anything like that. We got a lot to come, and you know it's so crazy. I don't know what exactly we have to come, but we have a lot to come in the future. So like I said, man, you guys comment what you think about this SHEDEUR situation, just as far as the stakes, what the stakes are with him starting this preseason game, or just the SHEDEUR situation in general. What do you feel like? Do you feel like it got handled right? Do you feel like he's getting blackballed? What's your take? I want to hear in the comment section. Outside of that, y'all boys have a good one, and do not forget, you are not in the end zone. Boy, you in the red zone.